George Kilpatrick Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Well, this weekend, all roads led to Canastota. It's the International Boxing Hall of Fame weekend. Did you know that the International Boxing Hall of Fame was right here in Central New York? I know you knew that. So we're pleased to be joined by Allison Forth. She's the chair of the parade, which is happening today. And also John Hunt. He is the volunteer chair coordinator. And we're so glad to have chairperson. And we're so glad to have both of you here to talk about the events of the Boxing Hall of Fame weekend. And of course, John, just give us a history of what this means to Canastota and the community, and why the Boxing Hall of Fame continues to attract some of boxing's greatest stars.
Well, the Boxing Hall of Fame is in Canastota because we have two world champion boxers from here, Billy Backus and the great Carmen Basilio. And that started the tradition that has been going for over 30 years now. And, from the first induction class that honored people like Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali and all the greats of that first class, all the way up through to this year. So it's been a fantastic tradition. And the history continues here in Canastota. And we honor them on Sunday with a fantastic parade down through the village of Canastota. And that's what Allison's here. She can describe that because it's a great happening.
Yeah, Allison, what's happening today?
So today we have our Parade of Champions, which is today at noon. So that's an important piece because it used to be at 1 and it's now been switched to 12 noon. And we go down the streets of Peterborough, and it's I grew up in Canastota, so I used to attend all as a spectator, and now to have the privilege to be one of the many people who put it all together and make the magic happen. It's such an experience. We have over 35 boxers. We have over 15 bands. We have over 35 communities and organizations that go down our streets, and our streets are filled with spectators. It's just such a great magical moment for our community, and it's one that I know Canastota is proud to have. It's our day to shine and show everyone what we're made of, and it's just such a great experience, and I hope to see many of your listeners there today at noon.
No, it's really exciting, I think, also, Allison, because like you said, it brings the community together, and the boxers, what's it like for them to be feted in this way?
It's always fun. The boxers are great. They love coming. I have a really unique experience in that I grew up in Canastota, so I've been the spectator. And then I've actually, as a high schooler, worked for Ed since the age of 15. I was in the gift shop. So I've been able to meet the boxers in that space, and they are always so great with all of our community, and being able to talk to the community and talk to other like students and other fans and spectators. And then the parade is kind of the big event. That's the big one where the fans love lining up the streets, all of the local kids, and they are great at waving and smiling. And anytime someone stops and talks with them, the boxers are just so amazing with our community and how they interact with us. A really great program is Canastota High School actually has an ambassador program where they work with the Hall of Fame all year to prepare for this, of public speaking and business decisions and things like that. And they get an opportunity also to work at all of these events. And the boxers, last year was the first year. This is the second year with the ambassador program. And the boxers are really amazing with our local students in talking with them again and just sharing their experiences. I just am always impressed with our boxers and how well received they are by our community and how well they treat our community when they come. They become family to us.
So who's in the class this year, John and Allison? Who are some of the boxers coming this year?
Well, we have Tim Bradley, who everybody is excited about seeing coming in. And I'm going to get my little cheat sheet. Allison, while I'm getting my cheat sheet, maybe you can help me.
I gotta say my big one is our Grand Marshal as hip hop legend Flavor Flav. So that one is gonna be a crowd pleaser.
Wow, he'll have his clock, I'm sure.
I'm sure he will have his clock because he's got to keep us on time right at noon. We got to start off.
That's all good. That's wild. How was it to work with his folks? Pretty cool.
Oh, I say great. He is so honored to be here and just be able to be a part of it. So it's been great having him and everyone else here this weekend. Again, the boxers are really great. It's a wonderful weekend. I think definitely for our younger boxers who this is kind of their first time being here and being able to experience, and some of our old timer boxers who kind of retired and they're not old timer. Not old though. They are come, and this is just kind of like a weekend to really honor them and honor the sport. And everyone to work with them is just so great. I say, John, I'm sure may have his list yet, but I can also pull it up.
Here's what I got. I've got Rafael Marquez, Carl Frog, Timothy Badley Jr., Alicia Astley, Laura Serrano, Brad Goodman, Joe Gosson, Brad Jacobs, Seth Abraham, and Tim Ryan, and then posthumously Tiger Jack Fox and Pong King Petch and Joanne Hagan enter posthumously. So that's your list.
I just looked it up. You got them all.
Yeah, you did. You did nail them. I just went and got my cheat sheet. And thanks.
So John, over the years, obviously Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, what are some of the interesting stories? Because this weekend is not only, there's lots going on. You did the fist casting. There was a run. Big banquet last night, which is obviously one of the highlights. You had live boxing at Turning Stone on Friday. But I mean, what Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Joe Frazier stories, John, do you have?
Oh my, where do I begin? Of course, every one of those guys have been gentlemen. They come into this village, and you can tell they're being honored, but they honor the village, as Allison was saying. They one of the best memories I got is when George Kilpatrick was here on the grounds himself, and he was working on membership, trying to develop membership for us in 1999.
Wow.
So yeah, fond memories. But I mean, having the opportunity to meet the people like Sugar Ray Leonard and Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali could not have been more gracious. One of the finest gentlemen I've met, and he and guys like George Foreman, Big George, what a great sense of humor that guy has. So a lot of fun, as you say. I cast the hands of the champs. That's an event that occurs on Friday. So for those folks that want to come out next year, come to the parade this year, but then next year take a look at the schedule of events, and you can see the hand castings, which is kind of a favorite of mine because that's what I do.
And that's typical. So typically the weekend is going to be the second weekend in June. So that's
exactly.
Right. Okay. Right. So second weekend in June. And I guess if we look ahead, the parade will be on my birthday next year, it looks like. I don't know how the dates go, if it's backwards or forwards, but the 10th is a Saturday. But this is great. And I mean, obviously getting the Turning Stone involved with some of that also helps as well, I'm sure.
Well, I've seen George dance on his birthday, and if that stands true, we'll expect to see George dancing down Main Street here, right down the middle of town, on his birthday next year.
Listen. Oh yeah, because that was a big birthday for me the last time. We're not talking about which one it was.
No,
we're not. But listen, then John, next year will be another big one. So we'll see. Next, well, listen, it's the International Boxing Hall of Fame weekend. Lots of fun all weekend, but today is the parade. Flavor Flav is the Grand Marshal.
Wow.
You've got so many boxers. It's a great weekend, and it really allows the village of Canastota to shine. And it's a little piece of Central New York that we should all know about. So check it out later today, noon on
Noon.
Peterborough Street in Canastota. And it's right down the thruway, first exit. You're there. Or however you want to get there. You could take Route 5 through Chittenango. You could do however you want to do it. It's a great way to get there. So,
by the way, George, if you got just a second, there are people from many countries coming in here and finding their way to this little village here in upstate New York, and more than half the states of the United States are coming in. So it's not just our little community in the greater Syracuse area, but it's an international event, and we welcome everybody. So, folks from Syracuse, hop in the car and come on out.
All right, let's go. It's the International Boxing Hall of Fame. You can check that out, boxinghalloffame.com. Is that the website? Yeah, boxinghalloffame.com. And it should be a great parade today. Allison, so good to see you and meet you. And John, it's always good to see you. And all roads lead to Canastota, where boxing legends live forever. And by the way, visit the museum on any given weekend, right? I mean, that's the other piece, right? The museum, we talk about the weekend, but we didn't mention that there is the actual museum right there in the village. So talk about that quickly, John.
Yeah, well, I'm in the pavilion that is next to the museum. In the pavilion, I'm sitting right next to the great ring that was in Madison Square Garden from 1926 to 2006.
Do you want to, now that you're talking about it, why don't you just pan a little bit? We're going to put you to work, John. just kind of pan over there. And there it is. There it is. Wow, there it is. Good work, John. Very impressive.
Check that out. In that ring, you've got Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. They actually fought the fight of the year in this ring, this very ring that you're seeing here. So, and in the museum are lots of memorabilia, lots of hand castings that I'm familiar with. And there's also just tremendous history inside that museum. Any time of the year, it's open to the public. Come on out and enjoy it.
All right, International Boxing Hall of Fame, Allison Forth, John Hunt, Allison, chair of the parade, John, chair of the volunteers. So glad to see you both. I hope and know that the weekend is successful, and no matter what the weather is, sunshine or rain, it's always a great day in Canastota.
It never rains in Canastota, according to Ed Brophy. So
there you go,
Ed Brophy, executive director, and whatever Ed says goes.
There you go. Inspiration for the nation.